Welcome back to the C Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
I'm Jared.
Woo! So Saturday, big day for me. Went out to the Popple Family Card Show in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. I guess Bucks County. Woke up bright and early. Car was already packed up. Cards, DVDs, Pokemon, wrestling, all of that good stuff. It was a great day. Had a lot of fun. It was really nice to be around people that are very engaging and want to talk about the things that you want to talk about and pulling threads with people. It was a good time. We've got a exciting update around the AEW DC comic books. We're going to be getting a couple copies thanks to our friend Mike at Comic Universe down in Folsom, Pennsylvania. And I'll be going out tomorrow. Today is the 24th, 25th, tomorrow to go get those. So we will be at the next Popple Family show on the 3rd of May, again, in Langhorne. That's a Sunday. It'll be from 9 till 3 p.m. So come by, check everything out. It's really cool. They've got a really great selection, not only sports stuff, but other trading card games, Pokemon, lots of different sports stuff as well, basketball, football, baseball, obviously a lot of Philly stuff. And also another event upcoming, Beyond the Bell, AXW, on April 11th. We are proud to be sponsoring the American Hammer, Matt Quay. More to come there. Trying to get Quay on the podcast. Stay tuned. All right. Updates. Toni Storm. We'll talk more about this. But from Fightful Select, Toni Storm's out of action, and AEW doesn't plan on having her back anytime soon. She was written off AEW TV on the March 18th episode of AEW Dynamite. She was laid out deliberately, non-contact angle that was sprinkled with Easter eggs. We'll talk about those Easter eggs later in the program.
Only thing I want to throw in real quick, you don't need to speculate why. A lot of people are like, this, that. Doesn't matter. She's a person. She's doing something, whatever it is, positive or negative. You don't need to speculate on it and be weird about it.
Thank you, Connor. Originally, Storm was planned to wrestle on the 18th, but was not cleared. Again, we'll talk about that during our analysis of the match during Dynamite. Fightful Select has been told that AEW is prepared for her not to be cleared to wrestle through 2026 at a minimum. There are already plans in order for the Attacker storyline and a creative direction for it, so that's great to hear. Ronda Rousey. So Fightful Select asked a number of AEW sources about her status with the company. Everyone they spoke to is of the belief that she isn't signed with AEW. I saw something from PW Insider that confirmed the same thing as well. Rousey lives nearby, has a good relationship with Tony Khan. Her Ring of Honor match numbers were also brought up. Rousey got the desired reaction from the company in her heel role. Fightful Select also spoke to sources in TKO and WWE. They didn't seem surprised. And again, it seemed like this is what she's not with UFC. She's not with TKO. She's going to do anything to mess with them, effectively. In bold here, we have not heard of any follow-up plans for Rousey as of yet. Apparently, this was just Ronda supporting her friend, hyping up her show. Thumbs up. Yay. So hopefully we're good there. Now, to something spicy from post-wrestling. So fun thing on Monday, I just want to hit this. 25 years ago, on March 23rd, Vince McMahon purchased WCW from Ted Turner, finally ending the Monday Night Wars and beginning a new era of total monopoly for McMahon and the WWF at the time. So Vince's hand was then forced to sell WWE in 2023 due to multiple allegations, lawsuits, etc., etc. Did you guys hear about this? Tony Khan's firm Base 10 put in a bid along other organizations, including KKR, a quote-unquote investment fund, Liberty Media, the owners of Formula One, and 30% stakeholders in Live Nation, a ticketing company. That makes sense, wouldn't it? And Endeavor, who ended up winning out the bid, creating TKO. So according to a lawsuit filed last year in November of 2023 in the Delaware Court of Chancery, the following bids were placed. KKR was around 8 to 8.7 billion, Liberty 8.5 to 8.9 billion, Endeavor 8.5 billion, and Base 10 $6.9 billion. That WWE SEC filing also noted that the party we now know as Base 10 quote indicated that it would need equity and debt financing partners in order to complete a transaction with WWE. The plaintiffs of this court case in the Delaware Court of Chancery alleged that Vince gave a sweetheart deal to Endeavor. Quote, Endeavor was pre-selected by McMahon because Endeavor's lead executive, Ari Emanuel, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because Rahm Emanuel, chief of staff under Obama and one-time mayor of Chicago, is his brother, assured McMahon's future with the company. The defendants deny that allegation. Tony Khan and Base 10 also appear later in the statement of the filing. Base 10 is the owner of a All Elite Wrestling, professional wrestling promotion that plainly would enjoy significant synergies with WWE. There's apparently no information that, apparently it looks like typically in a merger and acquisition scenario, you're able to go in and see specific numbers that the public doesn't see on a regular basis. Base 10 was not given access to this information because obviously they're competing with AEW. And the last thing here is it's unclear whether AEW's status as a competitor to the WWE was a factor. My last note here is everyone is being tight-lipped about this, and we'll start to get a better picture of what happened here when the trial begins in June. But how crazy would it have been if Tony Khan bought the WWE in 2023?
The irony just would have been off the charts.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been too good for WWE to have to turn and sell to a competitor and get gutted. If only God were real.
I mean, I think a lot of people have also said this, but like you would see a lot more restoration to the ECW libraries, the WCW libraries. You'd see a lot more embracing of, I guess, Lucha Libre earlier than WWE has. Yeah. Do you guys want some good news?
Yes, please.
Okay. WWE ID signings. I wouldn't say friend of the show, but we saw her last year at Bell to Bell's final show. The notorious Mimi is now wrestling again as Sloane Jacobs. This is again per Fightful Select. She participated in a few television tapings for NXT. She was initially signed a few years ago, and her contract was not renewed. But those are some updates. You guys have any thoughts there before we get into it?
I love seeing people locally and then seeing them on TV. It's cool.
Again, broken record. Go support your local wrestling show, especially the wrestlers. Buy merch. Just put their stuff out on social media. We have already seen such a handful of people wrestle that are already going on to do big things. And I promise you, the people we've seen at the other shows, like, there's a lot more to come. This is just the beginning of some of the people we've seen locally. Go to your local show, support local talent, go do the thing, and keep listening to the C Show.
Welcome back to the C Show. We're talking about Dynamite on March 18th. We're in Fresno. Toni Storm is ruled out. Mina Shirakawa will step in against Marina Shafir later. That's not going to be confusing at all. We start off with Will Ospreay versus Blake Christian. Your guys' moves of the match.
I didn't have a whole lot from this. It's kind of what I expected for an opening match with Will Ospreay. He did a really cool, I put it as a Matrix off Blake Christian, where he literally just stepped, used him as to propel himself over and then hit an enziguri kick. That was my move of the match.
Well, first of all, it's Vanilla Baby.
It is Vanilla Baby.
I will only ever refer to him as Vanilla Baby. But he did hit a cool Cazadora into a splash. And I was like, that's a cool match for the guy who I just am here to see get beaten.
Blake Christian nearly gets the upper hand on Ospreay here. Takes off his sleeve. A hidden blade on Ospreay? Nah, Ospreay just takes him out with his own hidden blade, which is a forearm punch. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Ospreay comments on how he misses the fans, calls out Jon Moxley. He doesn't need a weapon to break anyone's neck. He can do that with his own effing hands. Moxley and Yuta come out from under the stands. Ospreay sprints towards the riders and surprises them. Mox is hit with a recycling bin. Pac bails out Moxley, and Pac brutalizer on Ospreay. Security and referees run in to break it up. As we run into our next match here, Guns Up, baby, for the Bang Bang Gang. Ace Austin and Juice Robinson with Austin Gunn versus the Death Riders of Jon Moxley and Wheeler Yuta. But Osprey runs up the ramp and jumps off, attacking Pac. They run backstage through a curtain. Okay, now time for the Bang Bang Yang. Yuta attacks from behind. Mox stakes Austin out of the ring as the bell is rung. What are your guys' moves of the match?
For me, it was definitely when Ace Austin had Wheeler up on his shoulders, did a full squat, and then hit the Death Valley driver.
The deep squat.
Just feats of strength from our guy.
Ace Austin also had a very nice enziguri running up the ropes in the corner. That's a move I've seen a few times, and every time it's super cool.
You know what's not cool? Knees up by Yuta. Ace Austin gets the worst of it. Mox hits a cutter on Ace Austin. Death Rider on Austin. 1, 2, 3. It's over. The Death Riders lost in CMLL over the weekend. Mox put Wheeler in an armbar to educate them post-match on the floor. You know, like when your coach makes you run lines after a bad game? You ever have that? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the game? A scrimmage?
Did anyone see as Mox was leaving, there was a very, very large gentleman in a Jesus outfit just flipping him off?
I did not.
It is almost Easter.
A full 30 seconds.
Is that something? Well, to Moxley, yeah, Jesus would do that. I think so. Love your neighbor.
But I hate John Mox.
You know what I love? I love not paying outrageous fees and markups on tickets. So, Seat Club is the only subscription-based ticket marketplace that passes the savings directly to you, the members. Seat Club was built by industry experts with decades of ticketing experience. Unlike other platforms, they don't believe in hidden costs. What you see is what you get, and what you get is a better deal. They offer the same exact tickets as their competitors, but up to 35% less. Why? Because they've eliminated the unnecessary markups and fees that other platforms thrive on. Instead, they charge a low-cost annual membership fee, their only source of revenue, giving you access to tickets at unbeatable prices all year round. You may be wondering, what kind of wrestling events can I attend through Seat Club? What about this July? New Japan, G1, Climax, 36. Outside of Chicago, tickets as low as $39. And if you want to go to an AEW event, you can get your AEW tickets through Seat Club, including cheap seats for AEW's upcoming show at the Liacouras Center in Philadelphia, which your friends the C Show will be at. What events are you guys excited for this summer? What tickets are you going to be getting?
I'm definitely going to be going to a couple of Phillies games. It's been a minute since I've been down, and I'm excited to get back.
I just saw that they've got gluten-free pretzels at the gluten-free stand at Citizens Bank Park, so let me know.
Down.
The Mets just unveiled a set $60 $9.99 challenge box.
That's not real. That's not a real $9.99 challenge. They give you like 9 pony beers, 9 like 4-ounce pours. That's not a real beer. Mm-hmm.
Well,
the Mets are losers,
and I don't drink alcohol. What do you mean? This is a promo. I can deal with it.
That's right. Get access to hundreds of thousands of events across the country by visiting linktr.ee/CShowPod or click on the link in the description to get tickets with no fees, no markups, just pure access to the events you love. The War Dogs. You think I'm scared to death? We run into it. I don't care about a wrestling match, no rules. Want a coffin match with no rules. Why don't we just do this on Revolution? They had like 2.5 months to build to this. Okay, moving on. Kenny Omega has words for Swerve. The most dangerous man in AEW? Danger to Kenny or Brody, but not a danger to yourself. Let's roll the dice. Let's play a game of Risk. Put that number 1 contendership on the line. You against me. Everything on the line. Adieu. Goodbye. Good night. Bang. I was trying to Google this furiously, but I read somewhere that Risk, the game Risk, was created by this guy, a French film director, and he named it after his grandkids or something, like their initials RISK. No, that's fake. It's Wikipedia set me straight. Coffin match. Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd. I love this. We get the cinematic start. Darby pulls up in a Crown Victoria. I thought the rag was dipped in kerosene. So
Chloroform, baby.
Darby, it was out of a jerry can. So Darby drags Kidd into the trunk, drives back to the arena. No, he backs up and rolls the fucking car. Darby escapes, opens up the trunk from inside the car. Kidd rolls out, tosses him on top of a production case, and just pushes him into the arena.
I'm sorry, he doesn't he falls out. The car is completely upside down. He hits the ground hard too.
Kid, yeah.
I was like, Kid hits the ground hard.
Because Darby opens the trunk from inside the car, so Kid just kind of falls out.
And they're doing all of this to the backdrop of just like a large suburban drive-through bank. Did you look in the background of what that building?
I did peep. I was thinking bank.
It was a bank with a drive-through, with a double lane drive-through.
Imagine you're just dropping off some checks and you see Gabe Kidd drop out of a trunk. You're like, what?
You're like, la la la! I'm here for the pneumatic tube.
I hope they give my dog a treat. What the?
So Excalibur wonders if we're going to see a match. That's not a coffin. That's a crate. Unless this is a dig at Danhausen. I don't think Tony's that petty. All right, what are your guys' moves of the match as we get into the actual match? The match action in the ring, in the arena.
So for me, it was there's a whole thing where Darby takes out a straitjacket and uses it to varying effects throughout the match when he can like tighten it, which I thought was very funny.
That's also not how you put a straitjacket on.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You don't wear it like a coat.
But there's one point where Gabe Kidd hits a running power slam with no arms.
Mm-hmm.
Darby ends up on his shoulders off the ropes and he still does a running power slam, and I'm like, that's kind of sick. Great storytelling with like the using no arms, and they were definitely just sitting there like, how can we do this? And they figured it out.
That's the thing that I really like about Kidd, and I literally wrote this down. Despite him being an aggro knob, he's also really talented and moves well. His character is fleshed out. It's really fantastic. I think it's a great execution. Jared, your move of the match.
Since I also did like the straitjacket antics, I just want to shout out the cameraman for trying twice unsuccessfully to film Gabe Kidd through the hole in the top of the box crate, not a coffin, whatever you want to call it. Did you notice?
I didn't notice that.
They did it one time where it leered over and couldn't see in, and then he tried it again where he could see in, but not all the way down.
I love Darby's Avalanche Code Red. Phenomenal stuff. Darby ends the match with a self-harm dive, knocking Kidd into the coffin after 2 coffin drops.
Do you think that's how that was supposed? Do you think they planned that he would fall in and it would close itself?
Yes.
Do you think they planned? Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I'm like, I still think that was going to be the finish. I wasn't sure if Darby was supposed to have a big like slamming the lid shut moment and it just happened to close. I wasn't sure I wanted your guys' thoughts real quick. No, it was awesome. I wasn't sure if they did it on purpose.
I also like the idea that slamming a very clearly floppy lid of thin sheet would somehow hurt the fingers getting trapped inside. I'm like, there's no pressure on that.
Commentary discusses he won, but at what cost? Darby now has a mic. I'm going to hold that throttle until I see God or the AEW Men's World Championship. Swerve tweets out a counteroffer as Darby walks up the stage. Jungle Jack Perry and Luchasaurus. Perry is packing for adventure, summons a scroll to his hands. They go to Bakersfield, Fresno. Exotic places, guys. Revolution was a good night. The Bucks are like brothers to them. The Bucks walk in. What kind of example would we be to our children if we didn't pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off? Okada was once like family. Luchasaurus comes out of the bus. Bitch.
I have we heard him speak before? I thought he always just.
I think that's why it was.
No, I get it was still just bitch, but like. I think that's the first word I've heard him actually say, like not even like, you know, like other times I haven't heard him like Frankenstein, like
like if he had half said it might have worked.
Rich.
Yeah.
If he did it like Scooby-Doo. Rich?
That's Tim Allen. Prince Nana is in the middle of the ring. He wants them all to stand up for Swerve. Swerve says, me and Brody went to war. The only true winners of war are the ones with power. Did I enjoy beating the hell out of him? Of course. Was I satisfied? No. The power lies elsewhere. Sometimes power is more important than championships. If I won last year at Dynasty, I would have already been champion. I was at Dynasty last year. I left that before that match. Tony, stop scheduling this shit on Sunday night. What does the contendership mean if I don't have the power to protect it? You want a rematch? Offer up your EVP status. Now that's a stipulation. because when I beat you, I will become AEW's new executive vice president. I like this. There's a lot of stuff they can do with this. I think it's really interesting, and I hope they do like kayfabe stuff where Swerve is like messing with creative, and, like executive decisions, and like doing stuff to mess with the other EVPs.
Yeah, it's not something I've seen from AEW before, and I think it would definitely work.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like they've mentioned other people being EVPs and all. Like, I think
The
FTR
Bucks.
brought it up with the Bucks and all. So it's funny to like, because again, it's literally putting a title on the line, which I think is so funny.
Yeah,
Like a literal like title of EVP. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
that is actually. I didn't think about that. That's really good. That's really good. Speedball Mike Bailey talks to Renee Paquette. Renee moves in front of the camera so she can be in the shot, but Speedball is more talking to the camera, to the audience. It's more of a setup that you see in sports TV. Speedball gives the pitch of why not. He's not only a star, but a winner, and the Quebec accent is hard to shake. Michael? Mark Davis versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Knight and Speedball both wearing their masks. A cool note someone noticed online is their masks both incorporate their gimmick. For Speedball, his headband is designed in, and for Knight, his sunglasses. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
I did not.
I saw that, and then it is true.
Mm-hmm. What are your guys' moves of the match?
For me, it's when Speedball caught Davis on the top rope and took him down with a sit out power bomb. I love little guy slam big guy. It's always a good story, and I always love it. And then I'm always gonna point out when someone takes like what people call the Rikishi bump, when you take a lariat and do the full flip.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Speedball could have flipped twice if he really wanted. Like that guy just goes.
Yes.
That would look really fun.
That would look sick.
Yeah, I wrote that down too, though, because it was fun. Speedball slammed Davis, and then later on, Davis got a nice kick on him, a nice enziguri. So that was a nice full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Though also, we didn't see it when it happened, but we saw it in a replay, I believe. The slam, Davis's slam on the apron during the commercial.
Oh.
And also, shout out to Davis. He was so wet. He was so wet that whole match. He came out and he was dripping wet.
Unk needs a sweat towel.
He looked like he walked through a shower, like out into the arena, wet.
Davis tombstone pile driver. Bailey kicks out as Davis tries to powerbomb him. Bailey hits the Rana. Ultimate weapon countered with the knee. Ultimate weapon to the back. Cover. 1, 2, 3. Speedball Mike Bailey forever. After Revolution, MJF. Is he the greatest of all time? Adrenaline is a hell of a drug, but it's worn off a tad. None of that matters because I won. The only title that matters, today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Only a handful of men were in my way. Hangman, you were just one of them. You will be right where you belong on the mid card for the next 20 years. My ticket to GOAT status. I'm going to do what all great athletes have done and answers the questions. I'm going to Disney World. Did you see the picture on Alicia's?
I did.
Yes.
And it's not a honeymoon.
Him with knee-high socks.
Him with knee-high socks, like baby blue, all the way through. I don't know what he's like Disney hopping as, whatever the cosplay term is.
Right.
But he is definitely...
He had a fanny pack on.
He's got a fanny pack, and they're taking a picture right in front of Cinderella's castle. Mean mugging.
Mogging on us.
Straight Oramaxing.
RPG Vice and Okada to camera. Okada heard what you had to say and laughs in their face. Trent Beretta thinks their bus isn't cool. I'm only loyal to one family, unlike Takeshita, who is shaking hands with Jon Moxley. We're going to have a main event victory for the family. We're going to win for our leader and their hero, Don Callis. And they're laying on thick, huh? All right. No holds barred. Marina Shafir versus Mina Shirakawa in place of Toni Storm. Camera beforehand caught Toni lying in a pool of blood. Luther and Mina in shambles. Again, Toni is out for 2026 and beyond. Absence is for an indeterminate amount. There are no creative plans for her to return anytime soon or wrestle. There is a creative plan in order for her to attack her story already. From Reddit user Marcus the God, AEW uploaded a close-up with tons of references to Rivals and other matches in this photo. A Bloody Heel references her feud with Mariah May last year. The Bouquet, Mina's stalker / admirer. Penelope Ford's Harley Quinn hammer. A kendo stick, Sheeta. Mina's barbed wire bat. Mercedes Monet's neon sign. A strap, could possibly refer to Statlander or Thekla. Cowbell, Diana, Thunder Rosa. They had that bull rope match. Mask, Julia Hart. She had those mask vignettes a while ago. Sneakers, a golden chair. Behind the bat, what is that red thing? And apparently her tattoo has an X through it. I know Toni has a lot of matching tattoos with other ladies, Rhea Ripley, Diana, etc. But I'm not sure if that's the one that's crossed out. Does anyone know? And keep in mind, a mysterious person was also sending Mina flowers. Could this be connected to the Toni attack? And again, thanks to Reddit user Marcus the God for putting those all together for the internet. Marina doesn't care what she did or did not do to Toni Storm. Was not her fault. Your guys' moves of the match.
I love the use of the champagne bottles,
Yes.
especially when Marina popped the cork on one and then just sprays it all over Mina.
It was very clear that it was like these were meant for Toni. Like Toni wanted to use
Yeah,
these.
right. And then it got all over the camera too. Like after Revolution, we talked about like the blood all over the camera. So I thought it was just very funny. We had champagne all over the camera. And then it has to be the table spot, even though. So Marina does a back suplex off the apron, but Mina totally misses the table, and Marina ends up really going through it herself, and Mina just hits the ground hard as hell.
For me, when Mina hit her with the empty bottle at last and the glass went shattering, I had to close my eyes because it's the first time that I've been like, oh man, barefoot wrestler with glass in the ring.
It's sugar glass, probably.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
But you know what? That's how kayfabed up I am.
Shout out to Marina, though. I loved Mina La Mystica onto the chair, goes to the top for the drop kick, then a chair shot to Shafir's back. And again, it's like really clear that they took the script for Toni versus Marina here, are ending. Tornillo over the ropes into the ring. Shafir hits the mother's milk, but it's broken up by Mina. Shafir hits the mother's milk, broken up by Mina. Marina takes a heel to Mina's head. Shafir gets a table, Mina lying on the apron. On the apron, Marina demands, do better, Mina, before taking her head through the table. While Marina is yelling at the ref, Mina gets a champagne bottle, hits a stun Shafir before they storm 0, and the pin, 1, 2, 3, it's over. Mina takes the win for her wife, Toni. I love you.
I'm going to give that performance like a 9.5 out of 10. That was pretty good.
It was phenomenal.
It's really hard to say Mina and Marina
thank you.
all those times. No. The wrestling's one thing, but saying Mina and Marina oppositely for like a minute straight, bravo, Charlie.
Thank you. Yeah, and again, I just think it's like very clear that this was Toni, whatever is going on with Toni, totally last minute, and they had to change Wednesday. And so they didn't change a lot in the match here. Again, it ends with a Storm 0, and it ends with Mina winning. It's supposed to be Toni. Whatever's going on with Toni, hope you're doing okay. That's all we want. Backstage, Renee Paquette is with Andrade. By orders of the Peaky Blinders, Andrade is forced to dress like that. Like so many others, Andrade also wants the men's world title. Somebody brings in Don Callis on FaceTime. He has a case full of money, and Andrade confirms it. Asks and confirms, are we working with MJF? We're just doing business, Andrade. Darby Allin has become a pest, so we're going to deal with this for him. Callis says, Andrade is the money man, the dinero dude, the cash cowboy.
You're my money man.
The money man?
The money man.
Our main event, trios action. The Young Bucks with Jungle Jack Perry versus the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada and Roppongi Vice, Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero. Your guys' moves of the match.
For me, it was when Matt Jackson did the Three Amigos, the 3 suplexes in a row, but they were all Northern's light suplexes, where basically it's like a head and leg trap suplex, and including on the last one, he did it to Trent and Rocky. So really, it was kind of like 4. So even better.
Cuatro Amigos.
See.
Mas amigos. Ay, ay, ay. My move of the match is Okada when he's outside of the ring and the Jacksons have the guys I don't know in some sort of submission. And Okada comes running in, but then Jack Perry comes running in the other side. And instead of like, I don't know, helping out his teammates, he's like, nah, I'm gonna take on Jack Perry right now. To hell with my teammates. They can, and then he gets submitted himself to complete the look. But I like that he didn't try to help. He was like, nah, I'm gonna fight the little dude.
The Callis family mocks the Bucks, set up for Tombstone in triplicate, but the Elite go all out for the dick bites, triple super kicks, and the BTE trigger. Perry launched with the knee strike, pin on Romero, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. On the mic, the Bucks admit it. They blew it. They were too sure of themselves. They had their whole family watching. They brought their kids into it, only for them to lose. We're adults. We're grown men. FTR were the better men. Matt was so embarrassed at his birthday party. Their dad tried to hype them up. My dad isn't wrong about this one. We know exactly who the hell we are, and there's no one stopping us this time, except Cope and Cage. Cope loves the Bucks. They were great on Sunday. That being said, he can relate. FTR also attacked my wife. Beth Copeland is a badass. She is the Glamazon for a reason. For the last 6 months, Cope hasn't been able to look her in the eye. He realized he needed to rectify the whole situation. The way for them to rectify it with FTR is for FTR to face Cope and Cage for the tag team titles. Winning those titles would mean a lot because it's a lot of money. We get to prove that we're the best tag team of your generation. But by God, that's FTR's music, and again, it's a miracle. Stoke can walk again. After being ordered to shut up, he sends FTR after them. Spear by Cope, low blow by Cage. We're back.
And then both the Young Bucks and Cope and Cage, they have a moment where like each of them grabs one side of the title, and It's like, in the future, foreshadowing, or maybe six shadowing.
Oh, because it's tag teams.
Three tag teams. Six people.
Math.
You know where we won't make you do any math?
The C Show. Welcome back to the C Show. We're talking about Collision. So Collision was broken up into 2 hours this week, 2 singular hours. We had Slam Dunk Saturday and Slam Dunk Sunday. Thank you, March Madness tournament. Connor, you went to see some March Madness. How was it?
I did. It was super awesome. The Friday and Sunday were both in Philly at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and
where's that?
The Wells Fargo Center is now the Xfinity Mobile Arena.
You mean the Wachovia Center?
The Wachovia Center, yeah. I don't know. Can we go back to when it was the First Union Center, the FU Center? No, it was an awesome time. So like now, my mom and I are both big college basketball people, so we went and we saw the Sweet 16 and Elite 8 when it was in Philly in like 2022, whatever it was. Now we've gone to the first and second round. Now we're going to try and save for the next 25 years, so maybe we can afford to stand outside the Final Four one year.
That's nice. That's sweet. But we start off with Collision Slam Dunk Saturday with the TNT title, Robbie Eagles versus Kyle Fletcher. Apparently, Robbie trained Kyle. Instagram. Robbie featured in House Rules with Hangman and Brody King. Robbie is a member of TMDK, The Mighty Don't Kneel. It's a stable in New Japan that includes their leaders, Zack Sabre Jr., Mikey Nichols, Shane Haste, Bad Dude Tito, Kosei Fujita, Hartley Jackson, and Ryohei Oiwa? It's Ryo RYOHEIOIWA. I started playing Ghost of Tsushima, so
so good.
What's your guys' moves of the match here? Robbie Eagles versus Kyle Fletcher.
I saw something I hadn't seen before. There's a point where Eagle locks in a reverse figure 4.
Yes.
Where again, I'd never seen that, so I just thought that was super cool. Never thought about someone doing it the other way, but I was with it. And then he immediately followed that with a huge dive. I was a big fan. I was worried there's going to be more squashish, but like Robbie did some stuff, and I'm sure because there's a lot of respect from Kyle to Robbie, he's like, dude, I'm not going to do that to you.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Like for the match it was, I thought it was really good.
I really loved Eagles pulling off the 619 to knock Fletcher into the middle and then hitting that reverse figure 4. And almost looks like Fletcher taps out, but he reaches for the ropes and breaks the hold. Lariat, buckle bind by Fletcher here at the end. Sheer drop beam buster, 1, 2, 3, and it's over as Fletcher stares and smiles into the camera. Speaking of another gentleman with a shaved head, John Moxley. Mox isn't worried about Ospreay. How's that supposed to go? Nothing like that is gonna be happening. I'm not sure that was a timeout, more like almost died and needed surgery to live. Pac doesn't know what Ospreay's beef with him is. I wasn't even here when your injury happened. We've never gotten on. I knew you were a prick. So if this is a path you wish to tread, all you had to do was ask. Grateful to get the opportunity to get my grubby little hands around your neck. You know what I'm excited to get my hands on? I'm excited to get my hands on various content from international streaming sites via our friends at ExpressVPN. Whether you want to just protect your identity or in your browsing history or want to access content from different parts of the world, ExpressVPN is the T-Show's pick for VPN solutions. It's easy to set up and available on a number of devices, including Apple TV, or if you want your router, access a number of servers worldwide, including multiple servers in the UK, Japan, and elsewhere around the globe. Get 30 days of ExpressVPN and decide for yourself at linktr.ee/cshowpod or click on the link in the description. You're not only protecting yourself online, but you're helping to support the C Show. Thanks. And now back to the show as we get into a squash here. In a trios match, LFI, the Beast Mortos, Rush, and Jarlistico versus Dom Kubrick, Lucas Riley, and Alpha Zone. So Mortos has his glasses and tie from being a lawyer. Jarlistico waves a Mexican flag around before they start off. In Trace dropkick to Lucas Riley, Jarlistico goes over the top. Rush gives him the horns and a running dropkick. Beast Mortos, Tornillo splash. Rush covers, pin to win. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I really thought Alpha Zoe was going to have it there for a second.
Lexi Nair is backstage with Thekla. Whatever happened to Toni is a real tragedy, but Thekla cackles. Lexi, baby, I had everything to do with it. Toni said she wanted her title back, and when then she saw what I did to Big Stat Daddy, she staged the whole thing because she knows she can't handle Thekla. Thekla's advice, fake your own death, because the reality is so much worse.
The worst part is when she said that, I'm like, damn, what if that was the story? Toni faked it for whatever reason. And like, I don't know. Something made me go like, that would be bananas. They could definitely do something with it.
That is something.
Even though that probably was just like a throwaway line. I'm definitely looking into it too deep. I did about a 2-minute introspective of, oh, that could be sick.
I would lose it. Next up, the Sisters of Sin versus the Brawling Birds. I really loved the Blue Avalanche Power Slam out of the corner. What about you, Connor?
Windsor did a huge Blue Thunder Bomb that I always love. And then Sky Blue hit like a huge running knee for a 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was loud. And I was like I know it wasn't gonna be the finish, but I'm like, if this team wasn't the Brawling Birds, that could be a finish.
But the finish here is 2 birds, 1 stone, pin 1, 2, 3 on Hart, and it's over. Because backstage, Lexi Nair needs to talk to Brody King. He owes Kenny one for saving his ass, and this is far from over. The hunt for championship gold continues. Next up, we've got Mascara Dorada and Commander versus the Death Riders of Garcia and Castagnoli. Did you see Dorada and Commander doing the fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z beforehand?
Oh, no, I missed that.
Yes, love it.
Damn. Jared, did you catch that?
I watch everything Mascara Dorada does. That dude's my favorite.
Marina shows a double wrist lock to Garcia before he hops into the ring. Again, you see this coaching from the Death Riders. You know, it's always about excellence with the Death Riders. You got to give it to them. After a dominating opening sequence, Garcia hypes up with Claudio ringside. Commander trips up Garcia, a sliding drop kick by Dorada. But I think my move of the match had to be the in stereo moonsaults to the outside off the top rope by the luchadors. Marina in shambles across the ring. What about you, Connor?
Oh my God. There's a point where Claudio catches Dorado on the outside and does a dive, just slams him off the announce table. I know you've made the joke before, but up in Connecticut, they really need to figure out how to make better announce tables. And then also the standing moonsaults, because they both walked the ropes to the middle to do it before.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Jared, do you have something?
Oh, you know what? I do, but sorry, 1 second. You know what? Sorry, I something I've been working on. I just got an important text.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch Sunday anyway because Lio Rush scares me.
Oh,
So guys, check me out soon. I'll be back.
Well, what? Okay.
Wait, like
What?
Oh, all right. Is this a bit? Like, are you guys doing a thing?
I don't think we're doing a thing. I didn't talk to him about doing a thing.
I don't trust you. Let's continue.
Okay. When have you ever trusted me?
What a weirdo.
Who, me or Jared?
If it doesn't apply, let it fly.
Where were we here?
We didn't even get to the finish yet.
We didn't even get to the finish. Yeah. So after the walk on the ropes, face buster from a gory special by Dorada on Garcia, Commander shooting star press, Claudio breaks it up. Commander bounces on the rope. Garcia slides off the apron, almost gets the pin on Claudio, but a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker into a giant swing. Claudio slams Commander, pin to win, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. That was a great match, but that was weird with Jared, wasn't it?
That was really weird. But to be honest, I don't know if it was weirder or the fact that they split Collision up into 2 nights, and I really hated everything about it because I watched it and I was like, "How is this over?" And then like as they were saying it, they're like, "And we'll see you tomorrow." I was like, "Oh no!"
And the weirdest thing, and I feel so bad for the audience, I believe in Fresno, because they're like jumping around in days. Like, does that make sense to you? Like they're like, it's Wednesday, and then it's Saturday, and then it's Sunday, and it's like you see the same people in the crowd. It's kind of weird to me.
Like, I don't know. I don't feel bad for the crowd.
I don't feel bad for the crowd.
Oh, I thought you opened with I feel bad for the crowd, or it's weird for the crowd.
It's weird for the crowd. It's weird for the crowd. I don't know. As a kid, I once saw 3 tapings of Jeopardy, and it was weird to think like, oh, we're doing this all like. Obviously, as a production person, this is so totally normal. But like, to me, as a 13-year-old, I'm like, oh, it's really weird that they're gonna film all of this in one day and then cut it up and then put it out on different days around the world. Television is amazing, people.
Why don't we talk about some more amazing television?
That's right, because Collision Slam Dunk Sunday on the 22nd of March starts off with Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong versus Jay Lethal and Lee Johnson. I really love to hear what crazy name Jared has for Lee Johnson. Because what did he call Blake Christian earlier?
Oh, Vanilla Baby, I think.
Vanilla Baby. I would love to hear what he has to say about Lee Johnson. Because Lee Johnson and Jay Lethal deserve better. Don't give them the jobber entrance. Let them have their intro. Lee wears Orange's jean jacket, but then hands it to Blake Christian. My move of the match. Blake Christian comes in for the sneaky 619 while the ref is distracted. Lethal almost gets the pin. What about you?
So, Roddy uses OC as a weapon, and then Roddy has Lethal like laying across his knee, like they're gonna do like an elbow drop combo. So OC climbs to the top rope, and then down to the second rope, and then down to the first rope, and then just lightly walks over, and then just drops a real light elbow on Jay Lethal. Again, the Orange Cassidy bid is undefeated. If you don't get it, you just don't get it.
I'm afraid you might not be able to get wrestling. Like, that's the thing. So Roddy tosses Orange onto Johnson, 1, 2, 3, and win. Roddy gets on the mic. Orange! Roddy owes us an explanation. Only was hanging around the conglomeration because of Kyle O'Reilly. Roddy realized that the change that needed to happen was with him. Here in Fresno, I am officially a member of the conglomeration. Let's go! But unfortunately, the dogs appear on screen like in Star Trek. You think this is over after 3 seconds? Your girls may be used to that, but we're not. The more you try to pick us off, the more we are together because it's the conglomeration versus the dogs. Get your affairs in orders because it's dog time now. And Roddy and Orange high five.
Hell yeah.
That gift card worked.
Mm.
Ooh. The Divine Dominion versus Alex Garcia and Vipress. Who is it? Bane asks for a sock check on Vipress and then puts her in the corner. After mogging for the crowd, Cross deals with her Alex Garcia. A double press slam on Bane. 1, 2, 3. Roll up pin on Vipress, and it's over.
Yeah, that was about it. You really hit just about every damn thing that happened there.
Vipress, I just love the gimmick of a female Cholo wrestler.
Are you allowed to say that?
Yeah.
It's not a slur?
No.
Okay.
A Cholo is a self-identified group of Hispanic Americans, most often in Southern California. But you gotta check your socks, fool. And okay, all right.
Oh yeah, that totally went over my head.
Next up, Tommaso Ciampa versus Lio Rush. Lio Rush is doing something new here, folks. He's got the contacts in. He's being weird. It reminds me of Voldo from Soul Calibur.
Was not a Soul Calibur guy.
It's the dude with the swords for hands. He's got like 4-finger swords. Nice.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. Okay. But Nigel's right. It's more like Gollum. Tommaso looks at him in amazement. Can you believe this shit too? God, what a little freak. He runs around on all fours in the ring, and then the self-harm dive. But I also love when he's like bouncing around the ropes. He's like, no. And then my last note here before I hand it off to you, Connor, is Nigel, get your feet off the commentary desk. If I ran AEW, Nigel, put your feet on the floor.
No, like this is awesome. And again, people like are upset with Rush because like they're weird and all. Just like he's doing his thing. Like we're gonna find out. You don't need to know right now. Just like let him however he wants to do. I don't care what he does out there. That was a great match.
Everybody needs everything explained to them. Like why this, why that. Like part of. Have a little mystery. The mystery of faith.
Just let a little guy be weird. Just let a guy be weird.
Can't a little guy be weird?
Literally. So my move of the match was also, like you already talked about it, but I want to talk about how I specifically put it. Rush self-harm dive after he runs around in the ring like a cat that's going to throw up. So he's not just like running on all fours. There's some real like up and down like undulation to it. And I'm like, this looks like when I'm chasing my cat, like not on the carpet, not on the carpet.
Do it on the hardwood. Do it on the hardwood. It's easier.
It's so much easier. My other move is so Rush does a stunner, but I've never seen anyone do this. He throws himself like off the bottom rope. Like he kind of like launches himself out and sits out in the bottom rope and then comes back for a stunner. Yeah. Never seen someone do it like that. That was awesome. I need all of that.
I love the double stunner. Cause like in the middle of the stunner, he's like Ciampa's like standing there and like the freeze. And it's like, was that the B word? Was that a botch? Or like they doing something? It's so fascinating. Lio expects the drop kick, spin kick to the face, but Ciampa hammer throw Rush into the corner. I almost said Roosh. Psycho Driller 1, 2, but no, Rush kicks out. Ciampa brings the knee pad down, hits Rush right in the face. 1, 2, 3. Now it's over. But Lio enjoyed that. What a sicko. Beautiful. Next up, in some trios action, the Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, Josh Alexander, El Clone, face off against Mystico and Jet Speed.
Did they call them Jet Set Mystico? Did you hear that? I swore at one point.
I'm not for it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was like, I didn't know if they said Jet Set and Mystico, if they were trying to pull off Jet Set Mystico, and I'm like, I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I'm like, well, we got to figure it out.
I bet Jared loves it.
I love that Mystico's entrance theme is like, I was listening to it and like actually listening to the song. It's like a love song. It's like a romance. It's like a romance song. It's not like it's a corrido, you know, it's like a ballad rather than.
Wrestling is love. Wrestling is life. Wrestling is story. It's art. It's everything.
Beautiful. Beautiful. My note to begin here is apparently I didn't know where it happened, but Josh Alexander was injured during this match, will be out for a while.
Oh, I didn't peep that at all.
You don't notice Alexander after a minute, do you?
No, I didn't. Now that
Yeah.
you say that, he's not really in the end of my notes. No.
My last thing here before I hand it over to Connor is if Tony wanted to put a title on Mystico, he should have created a cruiserweight title instead of a national title, but that's just my opinion. Think about it. All of the smaller guys, Jungle Jack Perry, Speedball, all the luchadors.
Why put it in a box like that, though? Like, they can still just run that title picture like the cruiserweight division.
Sure.
Unless their angle was to do like the in TNA when the Dudleys were too fat and they always had to weigh in. It's like, unless they're gonna like do like a fat guy cutting weight angle, like why put a weight on it? Just let everyone cook.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. What's your move of the match?
So Mystico does a springboard double back elbow, which was awesome. And he also hits a Hurricane Rana while Clone is like standing on the second rope, kind of leaning over the third. He just jumps off and hits like a really smooth Hurricane Rana. Like, I could probably watch like 30 plus minutes of Mystico and Clone just going crazy.
I could watch an hour of it easily. No problem.
100%.
The no contest draw. Avalanche Poison Rana by Mystico on Clone. Mystico cover broken up by Takeshita, who's dumped out by Speedball. Mystico goes up, crossbody takes out Clone and Takeshita, springboard moonsault by Clone again. Knight kicks out, Knight leaping lariat off the top, tags in Mystico, crossbody on Clone. Insane tilt-a-whirl move to an armbar, and Clone doesn't hesitate. He knows the Mystic will crack his arm and taps out. Incredible match to finish off Slam Dunk Sunday and get us back into the swing of things as we're into weekly coverage here in AEW. We're going to be talking more about some upcoming action, including a packed Dynamite in St. Paul that you'll hopefully be listening to. Hopefully you've already watched it. Maybe this is coming out beforehand, but you'll see. We'll talk more here on The C Show. Welcome back to the C Show. We're talking some upcoming action. We've got Dynamite in St. Paul, Minnesota. Beautiful, glorious St. Paul, Minnesota. Swerve versus Kenny 2, number one contender versus EVP. Connor, your thoughts?
A title is on the line. I know I said it earlier, but the fact that they are putting the title of EVP on the line, there's so many fun things they can do with that. But I honestly think Kenny's probably going to win. They had Swerve win the first one. And then I feel like
so it goes 1-1 draw in the series.
Exactly. And then you know, even if it gets to the point where Swerve wins, then the third one's for the title, it's like, well, now it's title versus title.
Yeah, that's killer. Love that. We've also got in the AEW Women's Championship, Thekla versus Mina Shirakawa.
I'm sure it'll be great. Like, I can't see anything changing now, especially with kind of the suddenness and everything that went on with Mina this week.
Yeah.
And like, you know, there's definitely not enough there for a title switch, I feel like. Now, again, I've been wrong with that before. Sometimes they be doing that and it can lead to more, but I expect a really good match. They're both awesome, but I expect Thekla to retain. I
am really excited about this because of they both are similar sizes. Mina is a lot more of a high flyer on the rope sort of thing, whereas Thekla is more submission holds, a grappling, brawling sort of situation. It's going to be really interesting to see those two styles face off against each other. We've also got Rush, not Lio Rush, Rush versus Darby Allin. What do we think here?
Squash adjacent.
For who's?
Oh, for Darby. Or it's going to be that Darby is going to be attacked by one or multiple dogs, and then that will feed into their tag match on Collision, yada, yada, yada.
I think that's more likely than anything. And then the last match that we've got so far up here is the Conglomeration, ! Orange and Roddy versus the Dogs, Clark Connors and David Finlay. So what? The Orange and Darby pulled out the last win, right?
Yes.
So it's going to probably be the Dogs this
time.
Or it won't be the Dogs' day.
I don't know if it'll be the Dogs' day. Like, I don't know. I know Roddy said he's part of the conglomeration.
You're not bought in yet?
I need to see him. The apology needs to be as loud as the disrespect. You can't just go orange and say you're a part of it. I need to see something to prove that this is real.
Roddy needs to like throw a pizza party or something.
I could get behind that. That could be cool.
That feels like the conglomeration sort of move. All right. Well, we'll have more on those matches along with all the other action that happens on AEW, on your AEW TV screen. Make sure to rate, review the podcast wherever you listen. Hey, do you have a friend that might like wrestling? Send them the podcast. Make them listen to it. Show them some wrestling. It won't hurt. But guess what? We'll be back next week here on The C Show. Of course you like The C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friend. You can support the show directly at coffee.com/cshowpod. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends, Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
I think that second half went much smoother.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.